Rumpelstiltskin. A long way off, beside a big forest, there was a sparkling stream, and next to the stream stood a little mill. The miller who owned the mill lived nearby with his daughter. The miller's daughter was very beautiful. She was also very smart and clever. Her father, the miller, was so proud of her. One day, the king came hunting in the forest nearby. The miller told the king, "My daughter can spin straw into gold." Now, this king loved gold very much. When he heard the miller's brag, he became very interested. He sent for the miller's daughter to come to his castle. The king led her to a room in his palace. Inside, there was a huge pile of straw and a spinning wheel. The king said, "You must spin all this straw into gold before morning. See that it is done." The poor girl knew this was just a silly brag from her father. She couldn't really spin straw into gold, but the king closed the door, leaving her all alone. She sat down in a corner and felt very worried and sad. Suddenly, the door opened. A funny-looking little man walked in with a wobble. He said, "Hello there, young lady. Why are you looking so sad?" "Oh dear," she said. "I have to spin all this straw into gold, and I don't know how." "What will you give me if I do it for you?" asked the little man. "My necklace," the girl replied. The little man agreed. He took the necklace and sat down at the spinning wheel. He whistled and sang, "Round about, look and see, spinning straw to gold for me." Whir, whir went the wheel. The work was done very quickly. Soon, all the straw was spun into shiny gold. When the king came in the morning, he saw the gold. He was very surprised and happy, but his heart wanted even more gold. He took the miller's daughter to another room with an even bigger pile of straw. He gave her the same task again. The poor girl didn't know what to do. She sat down and started to worry again, but soon the little man opened the door. He asked, "What will you give me to spin the straw into gold this time?" "The ring on my finger," she said. So her little helper took the ring. He sat at the wheel and started to whistle and sing again. Round about, look and see, spinning straw to gold for me." Long before morning, all the straw was gold. The king was so happy to see all the shiny gold, but he still wanted more. He took the miller's daughter to a room with the biggest pile of straw yet. He said, "Spin all this into gold tonight. If you do, you shall be my queen." As soon as she was alone, the little man came in again. "What will you give me to spin the gold for you this third time?" he asked. "I have nothing left to give," she said sadly. "Then promise me," said the little man, "that you will give me the first little baby you have when you are queen." "Maybe that won't ever happen," thought the miller's daughter. She didn't know any other way to get the task done, so she promised the little man what he asked. Round went the wheel again to the cheerful song. Once more, the little man spun the huge pile of straw into sparkling gold. The king came in the morning and found all the gold he wanted. He had to keep his promise. So he married the miller's daughter, and she became the queen. When her first baby was born, the new queen was very happy. She loved her little child and forgot all about the little man and her promise. But one day, he suddenly appeared in her room. She was sitting and playing with her baby. The little man reminded her about their agreement. The queen was very sad and worried. She offered him all the riches in the kingdom if he would let her keep her baby. But he wouldn't agree. At last, seeing her sadness made him feel a little sorry. He said, "I will give you 3 days. If you can guess my name in that time, you may keep your child." The queen stayed awake all night thinking. She thought of all the unusual names she had ever heard. She sent helpers all over the kingdom to search for new names. The next day, the little man came. She guessed. Is your name Timothy? Is it Ichabod, Benjamin, Jeremiah? She listed all the names she knew. But to each name he said, No, madam, that is not my name. The second day, she tried all the funny names she could find. Is it Bandy-Legs, Hunchback, Crookshanks? But the little gentleman still answered, No, madam, that is not my name. On the third day, one of the queen's helpers came back. He said, I traveled for 2 days and heard no new names. But yesterday, I climbed a high hill deep in the forest. I saw a little cabin. In front of the cabin, a fire was burning. And around the fire, a funny little man was hopping on one leg and singing. Tomorrow I brew, today I bake, and then the queen's little child I'll take. Oh, lucky me, for no one knows that Rumpelstiltskin is my name. When the queen heard this, she was so happy. As soon as her little visitor arrived, she sat on her throne. Her helpers gathered around to watch what happened. The nurse stood beside her, holding the baby safely in her arms. The little man smiled, thinking he had won their game. He cried out, Now, Queen, what is my name? Is it John? She asked. No, madam. Is it Tom? No, madam. Is it Jemmy? It is not. Could your name perhaps be Rumpelstiltskin? Said the queen. Who told you that? Who told you that? Cried the little man. He got so angry he stomped his foot very hard on the floor. Then he turned and ran out of the room as fast as he could. He ran away and was never seen again. The nurse smiled, and the baby giggled happily. Everyone was glad the queen had cleverly discovered the name, and that the baby was safe.